packed up their bags. They've thrown in the towel. They've given up, baby. They said, there's no use in putting any more time into this thing. We may as well pack it in and head on home. But before they can pack it in completely, Jesus shows up. And the people that followed Jesus to the seashore, and they're standing around, and he needs a pulpit, a platform to speak from. And so he speaks to Peter and says, can I use your ship to do a little bit of preaching? And so when Peter said, yes, master, use the ship. And so Jesus steps on the ship and he begins to preach. After preaching to the people that are standing around, Jesus gets off the ship and he tells Peter and the others, launch out into the deep and drop your net and prepare to receive a drought. Shout amen, somebody. I want you to notice something, that Jesus has asked Peter for a favor. Let me get in your ship and preach the gospel. Peter consents and Jesus gets into the ship and he preaches the gospel. When he gets through preaching, Jesus now says, go out into the deep, drop your nets and receive a drought. In other words, because of your generosity, in other words, because of your willingness to give to kingdom building, in other words, because of your giving to the ministry, I am going to bless you. Notice what God said, because you let me use your ship, I'm going to give you an overflow of what you've been looking for. Let me share something with you. You will never give anything to God and he don't give you back more. Look at somebody and tell them my blessing is on the way. You will never outgive God, baby. Don't you know he's so high you can't get over him, and so low you can't get under him? So what is it that hinders us from getting these kind of blessings, an overflow blessing? Well, one of the things that hinder us is too high, an estimate of ourselves. Our evaluation of things are off. When Jesus stands there and he says, launch out into the deep and drop your net and prepare to receive a drought, I want you to notice something. Peter says, master, we've been fishing all night long and we have toiled all night and we have caught nothing. Nevertheless, at thy word we will let down the net. First of all, what is Peter's evaluation? Jesus is telling him, go out into the deep and drop the net. Peter is telling him, ain't no use in us doing that. We've been out there all night and we ain't caught nothing. And you are a carpenter. You're a carpenter, itinerant preacher. We've been fishing all our lives. We know these waters like nobody else knows these waters. We fish here every day. We know when they're biting and when they aren't biting. Who are you to be telling me to go out there and drop the nets again? See, Peter and the others know that this is a collective thing. He said, we have toiled all the night. This is the consensus of all of them. Our experience tells us, our training tells us, our teaching tells us, everything we've ever been through in life tells us that the fish are not biting today. Let me share something with you. I don't care what your experience says. I don't care what training you done had. I don't care what you've been through. I don't care what struggles you've overcome. You've got to learn to trust the Lord. Look at somebody, tell them you better trust God. See, when you start thinking you're smarter than God, you'll miss out on your blessing. Are you hearing me? I've heard people say, I've been on this job for 25 years. I can do it with my eyes closed. Let me share something with you, baby. I don't care if you've been going there for 30 years. Today is a new day. You don't know what's going to happen today. You don't know what's waiting on you today. You don't know who's there today. You don't know what management has said today. You better learn how to get on your knees every morning before you leave the house and say, God, you lead me. God, you guide me. God, you help me. God, you teach me. Anybody need God's help? Somebody shout, help me, Lord. I hear folk all the time talk about you got to have faith in yourself. Baby, you can have faith in yourself all you want. Are you hearing me? You better learn how to have faith in God. Look at somebody next to you and tell them, have faith in God. Folks, come on, you got to believe in yourself. If you don't believe in yourself, ain't nobody else going to believe in you. Baby, my belief ain't in myself. My belief is in the God that I serve. Are you hearing me? Come on, somebody. An old hymn writer says, storm clouds may rise and breakers may tear. See, the thing about having faith in yourself is that you are not the ultimate power. Are you hearing me? And you can have all the faith in yourself that you want to, but you don't control every circumstance in your life. There are too many things that happen in life that you have no control over. Look at somebody and tell them no control. Can I give you one? You can be the best driver in the world. You can pass every driving test there is out there. You can be designated #1 driver. You can be the super driver. Nobody in the world could drive better than you. But let me share something with you. When you're going down the highway, you ain't driving them other cars. Oh, anybody hearing me? You have no control over what's happening in them other cars. You don't know whether somebody getting ready to have a heart attack, going into a diabetic coma. You don't know what's happening with them. You don't know whether they on the cell phone and ain't paying attention. You don't know what's going on. You don't know whether the kids done did something and they done turned around. You don't know whether a tire done blew and they getting ready to jump over the median. Maybe it ain't faith in me. When I get in the car, it's my faith in God. Get me where I need to be. Get me back home safely. Bless me when anybody need God to bless you. They thought they were smarter than God.